Hi everyone, and welcome today to a video where I'm going to try and answer to the best of my ability a question that I get asked very often about how I wash cars during low water supply, water restrictions, or if it's just really goddamn cold outside and you want to do it inside your garage. So as you can see, we've got this dirty Ford Ranger in today. It does a bit of out of town work and driving on dirt roads, and being black, it's the best car to show you just how I do it. So there's many methods of washing a vehicle. The three main ones is with your traditional wash, which usually includes two buckets, one for rinse water, one for your wash water. The next method is what's considered a rinseless car wash. Now this one is the one I'll be demonstrating today. Now when I say rinseless, it doesn't mean you can't rinse the car down first. It just more or less applies that once you finish washing, you don't need to rinse the car off afterwards. And then the third and last, well not the last, but the third method is what's called a waterless wash. If anybody has any questions about that one, I'll happily do another video on it. But today I'm going to be demonstrating the rinseless car wash. Many people are a bit curious, they don't really know what it is. They're scared that they'll scratch up their car even more. But in my opinion, the rinseless car wash is even better than a traditional car wash. For one main reason that I like is when I am washing the vehicle and you pre-soak the panel in your selected rinseless car wash product. Those products are full of lubricants and special cleaners that once you put it on the surface, it emulsifies all the dirt and lifts it off the surface of the paint, so all you need to do is gently wipe it away and then the dirt is gone. And then because you're not rinsing the product off the car afterwards like you would with normal traditional wash soaps, you will be using the same lubricants that are in the product with your selected microfiber drying towel to dry the panel down. So whereas if you use just traditional soap and you've gone ahead, you've washed the panel, washed the car, whatever, and then you've rinsed it down with water, well, water's just a solvent and doesn't have any lubricants in it. So what most people don't understand is when they scratch their car is most of the time in the drying process and not in the actual washing process. Right, so today I'm going to be demonstrating two products. We have IGL's Paint Eco Shine. This is my selected rinseless wash concentrate. It can also be used, excuse me, as a waterless wash, but as I said, if anyone wants me to do another video, I'll do another video on waterless washing. I also have my two favourite car soaps. So first up is IGL Wash. It's just a traditional car wash shampoo, very slick on the paint, very good cleaning properties. And I have my absolute favourite Swiss Vax car bath. Now both of these soaps have something in common. Neither of them are very sudsy. So unlike some over-the-counter products where just soap and foam are going everywhere when you're washing the vehicle, these two don't have very much soapiness about them, so you're not really going to see much on the paint as you're washing it. But their cleaning abilities and the lubricity that they provide are far superior to any other product that I had tried yet, and I have tried a lot of products. So today I'm going to be demonstrating the IGL Coatings rinseless wash solution and the Swiss Vax car bath in the rinseless wash method. So what you'll do is you mix up the product. Today I'm using a pump sprayer. This is just because I do a lot of cars and I have to do them in a timely manner, so I don't want to have to go around with a single spray bottle spraying every panel down. Now in applications like this UTI would normally, if the water allows and water permits and all that sort of thing, and it's not freezing cold outside, I will actually use my pressure washer first to to get rid of the bulk of any mud or hard surface dirt first. But to demonstrate the true potential of these products, I'm not going to do that for this car, or for these couple of test panels. I do these two doors here, one with the Rinseless paint Eco Shine and one with the Swiss Wax car bar. Right, so the main thing is you spray it on the surface, and normally I'll go around and spray a whole side of the car with this, and then by the time I've sprayed down the whole side of the car, the first panel that I sprayed will be ready to wash or to wipe. Now I have mixed up just a spray bottle of Swiss Wax car bar to the recommended dilutions. So, and the best part about it is that 1 capful of this product will mix with 20 litres of water, so it's very, very economical. And with this, with the IGL paint, I generally mix about 30 mils of it, so about 15 litres of water for a rinseless wash. Now I'll go and spray this side of the panel down as well, this time with Swiss Wax car bar, so it can get soaking. Now the main thing is you want the products to be on the surface and doing the cleaning work for you. The whole point of rinseless washing is not to apply a whole heap of force or anything else to the paint when you're washing it. It's just to simply glide your washing media over the paint, because the products themselves should have done the bulk of the cleaning work for you, even on a car as dirty as this one. Now, the main benefit I love about this is it allows me to do it in the garage. I don't have to be outside in the sun waiting for the sun to dry the paint, or dry the product on the paint rather. I can do it happily in here, and it gives it plenty of time to soak without me having to worry about it drying. And one other key benefit about the rinseless wash products that I like much better than just traditional washing is if they do dry on the paint, it's not a problem. You just respray it down, wipe it down, and it's gone. It's not like normal water spotting where it will stain the paint and then you have to polish the things out. So that is one very good part about this process. Now I have in a bucket, I've mixed up the IGL paint. Now I've mixed up the IGL paint solution in a bucket, and I've thrown some microfiber towels in there for the cleaning part of this video. Now I choose plush microfiber towels. This is called the multi-towel method. There are so many methods that I could go through that different people use, and they all have their benefits and their downfalls. But I choose to use the multi-towel method for the reason that this towel, once taken out of that bucket, will never go back in there. So you're never transferring any dirty part of the vehicle's dirt back into the wash bucket. The wash bucket always stays clean. And when I'm done with this cloth, it gets put aside, grab a new one. Right, so what we do is you get our wash media, fold it into 8s. So I've got 8 sides, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then obviously the other side. Now this has been soaking long enough. So what I'll do is you start at the top, and if you have a dirty vehicle that has been really driven down dirt roads, you may need a detail brush. These are soft, usually boar's hair brushes or nylon bristles, but I prefer boar hair because they're softer. And you may want to just go along the window sills and just agitate any dirt that gets in along there. Now if you're using a pressure washer, that step's not really necessary, but seeing as how we're not using a pressure washer for this demonstration, we'll just let you know that part. Now I use usually 2 sides of the towel per panel. I may use 3 if it is very dirty, or if I haven't pre-rinsed first. But obviously if you pre-rinse the car first, then you're not going to use as many sides because you're not going to be picking up quite as much dirt. So you just use just the weight of the towel. My hand is literally only holding this towel on the surface. I'm not actually pushing down, and I'm going along the panel, starting from the top of the door and working my way down the panel. Now, as I said, this car is very dirty, so you may wish, once you get halfway down the panel, it's going to be a bit hard to see, there's picked up a lot of dirt there. As I said, just the weight of your hand, swap your towel over to a clean side, then continue on down the rest of the panel. And it's as simple as that. It's collected all that dirt. Now, if you are still not convinced, you can always flip to a clean side and repeat the process, top down, to make sure you've fully collected every single dirt particle that is on the panel prior to rinsing the coat down. Now, same thing, flip it over and come down the panel. And that will just ensure that you've got as much as you possibly can off the panel if you're not going to pre-rinse first. So that's good. And as I said, because even if you do have a few dirt particles left over, the solution is still on the paint, so we don't have to worry about, and like I said, the lubricity is still on the paint from the solution, so when you're drying, it's the same thing again. You only use the weight of the towel and your hand just holds the towel on the surface without pushing down, so you're not actually inflicting any swirls or scratching or anything like that. Now, once again, with a plush microfiber towel of your choice, you just go ahead, same panel, very lightly, just use your drying towel to wipe the panel down. And I like to use light coloured towels, and that way I know when I'm finished wiping the panel down if I miss any big spots, which doesn't usually happen. I've been doing it long enough that I don't miss spots, especially if you pre-rinse first. That's it, that panel is washed and dried, and very, very minimal water on the floor at all. You can even use less product if you want. If you're not talking and the product's not drying, you don't need to use as much. Right, so I'll just respray this side back in. Then normally I don't take this long to do a whole side of the car, but as I'm explaining, it's drying a little bit. This, as I said, Swiss Wax car bar or iGel wash are great products for this because you can see the product on the surface, but it's not soapy really at all. But the cleaning properties of them are both amazing. This is an alternative if you're still not sure about Rinseless car wash products. Because I love Swiss Wax products, they're premium high grade products, and although they cost a bit more, they're just fantastic for any part of the car. Alright, so the same thing again, this time I'm using Swiss Wax car bar. Most people would consider if you use normal soap you have to wash it off so there's no residue left on the paint, but I find with these products, because they're not soapy, they don't leave the residue on the paint. So once again, no pressure on the towel itself from my hand, just gliding the towel across, letting it do all the work of picking up the dirt for me. I don't have to scrub. And so once you get fluent with this, it's very, very quick to wash the car. You can generally wash an entire car like this, of this size, in about 20 minutes. And that's completely washed and dried without even dragging a hose out. As I said, I do still do traditional washes every now and again, but not that often at all because they are very time consuming. And if you're doing this sort of work, or even if you don't want to be outside in the cold, they're not really great for that particular area. So I just flip to a clean side again. Same thing again. Gently wipe it over the panel. Flip the towel to a clean side. Right, and that panel is done. And so now this towel's completely dirty on all eight sides. I'll just discard it to the side. That just goes into the wash I was going to continue on with the rest of the car, I would get a clean towel out of the bucket and do the same thing over again for the rest of the car. And that way I ensure that my washing chemicals in my bucket, or soap or whatever else is in there, is always clean. There's no dirt from the car getting put back into that bucket like you do with traditional washers. As I said, just feeling underneath the towel now, I can feel how slick the paint feels with the lubricity of the soap or the cleaning product that you're using. So I'm not even concerned that I'd be scratching the paint, because there's just no way at all. Unless of course I missed a huge chunk of dirt or big bit of gravel or something got caught in the towel, but the chances of that happening are pretty rare unless you've got an absolutely disgustingly filthy car. So that's the rinseless wash method. As I said, it doesn't mean you can't rinse first. If I wanted to, I can get the pressure washer out and just go over the whole car, blast all the heavy dirt off, and then go ahead with the rinseless wash, which is my favourite way to do it. But it said if water restrictions don't allow for it, or you just don't have the time, it's cold outside, you want to wash in your garage, or even in the summer if it's far too hot and you have a black car that gets hot very quickly, you can wash it inside in the garage without the sun heating up the panels while you're trying to wash the car, and you're trying to get around it and wash it and then dry it without anything drying, and it can become a nightmare with cars this big, especially when they're black in summer. So in this way you never have to worry about water spots or anything like that, because as I said, if the product's dry on the paint, it's just a matter of re-wetting the product and then going back over it and drying it, and then you're done. Now I hope some more of you have some questions. So I get asked this one a lot. It said, even on, you saw how dirty it was, even on cars this dirty, it can be done. It just requires a little bit more time if you're not going to rinse it first, but that's okay. I said if you've got the time to just do it that way, and you've got the towels. I said if you're using just a normal washing sponge that you buy from anywhere, please throw it over your left shoulder. It is no use to you. Those things will scratch up your paint shockingly. And it's just, yeah, it's not even worth going into it. Just don't use those sponges. If you're going to use a wash mitt, use one of the noodle sponges that looks like little noodles coming out of them, or specific microfiber wash mitts. There's so many made nowadays. It's not hard to find a good quality one from your auto parts store, or you can buy an even high quality one through myself and my high quality supplies that I like to use on your cars. I said I don't buy cheap products. I use they are pretty much the most expensive products you can find around for my customers' vehicles. I treat everybody's cars as if they are my own, so I make sure that I don't cheat out on anything I use, whether it's the wash towels, any chemicals, drying towels, anything that I use is of the best quality to ensure that your car is getting the best treatment. Yeah, so if you have any more questions, or if you would like me to demonstrate anything else detailing related, please don't hesitate to send me a message, and I'll do my best to show you how I do anything else that you want to know. Alright, thank you.